Loneliness in seniors is a silent epidemic, but a growing platonic touch therapy movement is changing how the elderly find connection. You might have heard whispers of cuddle parties for seniors, a private world where older adults are reclaiming their right to intimacy without the pressure of dating. But are these gatherings actually safe? Or is there a darker side to the senior touch deprivation crisis? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the professional world of non-sexual touch to see if it's the medicine we've been ignoring. First, let's get the science straight. We aren't talking about romance. We're talking about skin hunger, or touch deprivation. When we get older, we lose the casual physical contact we took for granted in our younger years. Psychologists have proven that safe, platonic touch lowers your blood pressure and spikes your oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone. For men, especially those from our generation, the social conditioning has historically been, men don't touch, and they certainly don't ask for comfort. We were taught that physical vulnerability equals weakness, or that any contact between men must strictly be limited to a bro hug or a celebratory slap on the back. Because of that, a massive portion of the male population has lived in a touch desert for decades. To understand why this is exploding right now, we have to look at the history. When the idea of a cuddle party first hit the mainstream in the early 2000s, it was met with intense public mockery. Late-night shows joked about it, and law enforcement even raided early events, suspecting they were fronts for illicit activity. But what we're seeing today isn't a fad. It's the breaking of a generational dam. Older men are realizing that sacrificing their mental health to maintain an outdated standard of toughness just isn't worth the price of admission anymore. The stakes here go way beyond just feeling lonely. There is a physiological reason why psychologists are suddenly advocating for this. Platonic touch is a neurological shield against cognitive decline. Studies show that consistent, positive tactile stimulation hits the vagus nerve, which directly lowers heart rate and shuts down the body's chronic stress response. When an older adult experiences chronic touch deprivation, their cortisol levels stay permanently elevated. That stress acts like acid on the brain's hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and emotional regulation. Some researchers are even asking if the acceleration of symptoms in diseases like dementia could be tied to the lack of physical comfort residents receive. It makes you wonder, is professional touch therapy actually a form of preventative medicine? So, if you walked into one of these sessions tomorrow, what actually happens? This is where the curiosity turns into structure. The entire industry relies on what practitioners call the Cuddle contract. Before a single hand is held, you go through an intake process that feels more like a legal briefing. You are required to explicitly state your boundaries out loud. You practice saying no to the practitioner, and they practice saying no to you, just to break the social awkwardness. There are strict rules about clothing. Sweatpants and t-shirts are standard, and clean hygiene is mandatory. It demystifies the entire concept of intimacy. It's a strange paradox, a highly transactional agreement that somehow yields the most authentic human connection many of these individuals have felt in years. Now, while those group cuddle parties are great for social connection, they aren't the only way to get this support. For many, a crowded room can be overwhelming. That's why one-on-one professional cuddling has become the primary way most people, especially seniors, actually use these services. Think of it like a private session with a massage therapist or a counselor, but the focus is entirely on non-sexual, therapeutic holding. You're in a quiet, private space where you can just be yourself without the performance of a social gathering. It's often used by people dealing with deep grief, recent widowhood, or just the quiet weight of living alone. In these private sessions, the practitioner tailors the experience to your specific comfort level, whether that's sitting side by side on a sofa or just having a safe space to decompress. It's deeply personal, completely confidential, and for a lot of people, it's the bridge back to feeling human again. Where do these people meet? It isn't in back alley basements. It's through regulated, consent-based organizations. Cuddlist.com. This is the gold standard for finding a certified professional. Think of it like a therapist, but the modality is platonic touch. You pay for their time, and they provide a safe container for you to relax. Cuddle Party Inc. These are workshops. They always start with a welcome circle, where everyone learns the rules. No means no, and yes can be changed to no at any time. These spaces are strictly non-sexual. If someone crosses a boundary, they are removed immediately. It's about restoring dignity, not satisfying a desire. Now, I know what you're thinking. Michael, is this weird? For many of us, the idea of paying to cuddle feels uncomfortable, even taboo. But ask yourself, is it more weird to seek safe professional comfort, or to let thousands of seniors wither away in total isolation? If you're looking into this, always verify. Look for clear code of conduct pages and verified reviews. If a site feels like a dating app, it isn't professional touch therapy. Stay away. We are living in an era where we are more connected digitally, but more isolated physically than ever before. Whether it's a professional session or just reaching out to hold a friend's hand, human contact is a health necessity, not a luxury. If you found this look into the secret world of connection eye-opening, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button and join the aged and confused community. We tackle the awkward, the honest, and the necessary conversations about aging in the 21st century. Tell me in the comments, would you ever consider trying a professional touch therapy session, or is this a step too far outside your comfort zone? Let's talk about it.